Hello, my beautiful people. How are you all doing today? Is Blessing Jennifer. You're welcome to this channel. Like, comment, subscribe. Your subscription to this channel help the content to get to more people. That's just how the YouTube algorithm works, and I also appreciate it because it gives me feedback for what I'm doing and knowing that I'm touching lives in a positive way. So today I just want to discuss with you. So I just want to know, what are your plans for 2025? We are already at the middle of the year. It's already July. We're gonna be entering August very soon. And what are you planning for the remainder of the year? And what's your plans for 2025? What are the things that you want to achieve? You need to start thinking about 2025 and your goals. What did you set out to do in 2024? Have you achieved it? Did you even have a plan for 24, or are you just gonna go through the year and see what comes? But there is still time. There is still time for you to write down things you can achieve before the end of the year. And your goals have to be somewhat, fast stretch, a little bit impossible, and a little bit out of reach, so you can actually achieve very significant goals and significant results. And when I was in school, I always had this recipe of success. I was on top of my class, and I love to have high grades. I would say I'm like a straight A student, right? So, and one of the secrets to maintaining a high score in school or being on top of your class is you actually have to set your goal way above what you can achieve. So let's say the highest score you can get in any exam is 100, right? But there was always a strategy I always used, and it always works for me, which is, even if I want to get, let's say, my lowest I would want to go below is 90, right? Let's say 91. So if I want to make sure I am right there in the 90s, I would always study and set my goal like I wanted to get 150 out of 100, or 120 out of 100, 130 out of 100, and depending on how difficult the course is, like to my level of understanding. So, and when I do that, I set the goal at 150, but mind you, the maximum you can get, which you're told by the teacher, is 100. But I set my goal for 150, like I want to get 150 over 100. But actually, my baseline is I don't want to go below 91. I don't want to go below 91 because I need to keep this a game going on, right? So I would work and push myself to get 150. And whenever I do that, I always fall within my score. So let's say I would get it 96, I would get it 97, I would get it 94, I would get it 93. And that way I am actually still within my range of actual goal. And sometimes the professors can give you extra points if you really answer a question, and that also in general boosts your score. And sometimes there are challenges, or let's say you didn't cover a certain area of the study, and when you don't cover a certain area, it takes you unaware, but because you push yourself extra to study for a goal which is way beyond what you actually want, it allows you to factor in unforeseen challenges. It allows you to factor in difficulties that you didn't expect. Let's say you fall sick, or you just forgot an exam. Like, it really takes into account other possibilities. And one of the challenges I would face a lot back then is, let's say you get a question that you're not, like, you just don't get it, you just don't understand it, or let's say you just didn't study that question. So pushing myself would always make me want to go as a professor, do you have extra exams that I can do so I can get extra points, extra assignments, like during the exam, sometimes I always make sure I read the the instructions very carefully instead of just jumping to answer, because sometimes there was one exam in particular. That exam was really amazing. That professor taught me a great lesson in life, which is always read the instructions. Read it. It always is helpful. And in that exam, it said that we should read the first line of, like, if you read the instruction, you will see that if you answer just one of the question, you don't have to answer the rest of it, like let's say 5 7 questions. So if you did read the instruction, you would know that if you answered number one, he would give you 100. Like, just answer one question and get it very correctly, and you would get a full score. And most people didn't even read the instruction, and they went on to try to answer every single thing. And if he sees that you write on a second question, he will not acknowledge you to get 100 on one question. So it was just a tricky mind game he played on us. And for those who read the instructions, ended up picking like the simplest question that they know they would get 100% on, and they got their full grades. And some other people, when they realized, but they already started answering the other questions, so they had to finish, and that's just what the instruction was. So, pushing myself a little extra made me to factor these little things that maybe I would have ignored, right? And also pushing myself to go for 150 or way above the possible highest mark I could get allowed me to always try to answer like extra questions on the exam question. Like, I would do extra bonus questions even though I don't really know it. To bonus questions are usually very hard, so I would try, and I may get 1 or 2 points from there, and that would help me closer to my actual goal, which is not to go below a 91 and keep my A game going. So I also think this is a good strategy to include in your goal setting. So let's say what you really want to achieve this year. Let's say you want to walk 5,000 steps every single day. Write your goal in such a way that you push yourself to say, I want to achieve 10,000 steps every day, right? But what you really want is 5,000, but you work towards 10,000. In that way, you will not go below 5,000 because you're pushing for 10,000. But if you only push for 5,000, there is a likelihood that you're not even going to get 5,000. You're going to probably get 3,000, which is not what you want. And you're going to feel frustrated, and you're going to feel like you didn't achieve your goal. And that's not what we're trying to do. We want to hit our goals. So whatever your actual goal is, push yourself 25% to 50% above it, and that way you will always fall right within your goal. So aim for the highest possible point. Aim for the highest, right? And this also applies to when you're looking for a job. Aim for jobs that are the pay is way higher. Let's say what you want to really earn is 10,000, for example. I'm just giving figures, right? $10,000. You want to earn $10,000 on a particular job. Push for $15,000 jobs, right? Because when it comes to the point of negotiating, it's still gonna fall within your baseline that you wanna earn, and that way you are still achieving your goal. You're gonna tick your goal and say, yes, I achieved this. And even when you're changing your routines, it's really important to push a little far from your goals. Like working on let's say you want to sleep at 10 p.m. Start wrapping up your activities by 8:30, because there are probably going to be a little distraction here, a little distraction there. But if you give yourself enough time to say, okay, I want to sleep by 10, but I'm going to wrap up whatever I'm doing by 8:30, then you're actually going to sleep at 10. Before 10, you'll be in bed. But let's say you start wrapping up your activities 9:30. Before you go take your bath and get ready to sleep, there's a likelihood that you're gonna probably sleep at 10:30 or 11 p.m. So we want to be practical when we are setting our goals for 2025 and setting our goals for the remainder of 2024. Like, we're already at the middle of the year, and if you have goals that you set, go through those goals and see if you've actually achieved those goals. Like for me, I had a simple goal, which was to maintain my status, and I have achieved it. And right now, all I can think about, how do I maintain it and move to the next step and that's really it. And my only goal right now is I want to have flexibility of time, and I am pushing myself to achieve things within those that would allow me live that. And one of the ways I'm able to do that is I am being more consistent with my content creation and being more present and taking what I'm doing seriously. Like, I'm passionate about people, I'm passionate about encouraging others, I'm passionate about positive result, I'm passionate about turning impossibilities to possibilities. Like, I am passionate about this. I enjoy talking to people, I enjoy helping people figure out things, and I want to take this way more seriously and stop looking at all the things that other people do that is a talent that I don't have, and not actually building on what I actually love doing. And this platform here gives me that flexibility to be able to reach out to people and encourage people. Like, even if it's just one thing I say here that helps you, I am satisfied. Like, it's not so much about how many millions of people hit on this. Like, it's about being consistent and staying true to improving my game, improving my content creation, improving my topics that I bring to you. So I'm showing you that this is very practical. Like, this is a goal that I want to take seriously, and I am putting in effort to make sure that this comes alive and keeps on going on. So the same thing with your goals. Push your goals way above what you want to actually achieve. Like, one practical way I'm pushing myself to achieve more is I'm going to be making content every day, right? But all I really need is 3 contents per week. So, but if I push myself to say I'm going to record every day, that way some days I might not record, but somehow I'm always going to have 3 contents a day, because I have like 4 extra content when I keep to making content every day. So that way I'm sure I'm always going to have my 3 videos per week that I need to keep my to keep the channel going and keep you all encouraged. So like I share with you all here, we have to be very practical. If you want 1, you need to aim to reach 3, and that way you're sure you're going to get 1. And that is one of the ways you can be sure that you're not going to get frustrated in the process of achieving your goals. If you really want to say, I want to lose just 5 pounds at the gym, you need to work like you want to lose 10 pounds, or you work as if you want to lose 15 pounds, because that's the way you're actually going to lose 5 pounds. You got to put in more, because you need to factor the days you're not going to be motivated. You're going to factor the days that some emergency is going to come. You're going to factor in the days that you're going to be discouraged. You're going to factor in the days that you just don't feel like going to the gym, and you're going to factor in the days that after workout your body's going to hurt and you're not going to be able to move the next day. But because your mind is saying, I need to lose 10 pounds, you are actually going to go and push extra, and that way you're going to actually achieve your goal of losing 5 pounds. But you don't keep telling yourself that I want to lose 5 pounds. No, you tell yourself I want to lose 10 pounds. But you know that as long as I lose 5 pounds, I am happy, but I'm going to work towards losing 10 pounds. That is a really good strategy that I believe works in so many fields. Like, it works. Like, it really works, because that way you're actually going to be achieving your goals. And it's not just writing goals, you actually want to put in the work towards achieving those goals, because when you put in the work, you put in the effort, then your goals will come alive. Start thinking about the remaining of the year. What do I want to do? Have I even achieved any of the things I wanted to do in 2024? Like, we're in July. What am I going to do? Am I going to push myself to, do I want to set new goals? Do I want to at least achieve one thing? If you say you want to achieve at least one thing, plan for 3 things. That way you're sure you're going to achieve that one thing. Don't over exaggerate yourself, be practical, and also push extra, right? And if you really want to achieve just one thing in the remaining of the year, plan for 3. That way you're going to achieve at least one. Then start thinking about 2025. How do I want to enter into 2025? Who do I want to be in 2025? And in thinking who you want to be in 2025, you're going to start putting in those effort right now, because how you want to enter into 2025 means you have to start doing those things now, right? I want to enter into 2025 healthy, staying in shape. I want to enter into 2025 wealthy. I want to enter into 2025 a more consistent content creator, a coach. That's how I want to enter 2025. And because this is what I want to enter 2025 with, it's affecting all the things I'm doing, right? I want to enter 2025 wiser. And I've been listening to one of the people God has put in my life, and she keeps quoting Benjamin Franklin, which says, early to bed, early to rise makes a man healthy, wealthy, and strong and wise. So I'm working on that, and I'm getting it a little on the part of waking up early. I'm still working on going to bed early. So because I want to be healthier, I want to be wiser, I want to be healthy, wealthy, and wise. Like, I want all that 3, and let me do the first 2 and see if I won't get that result, right? So we want to get practical, right? We want to get practical and stay motivated, stay committed to the process, right? And that way your goals for 2025, you're going to enter into 2025 being that person by starting now, right? If you haven't started from the beginning of the year, you want to start now. It's never too late. Just start and continue. Start and continue. That's the key motivation for this week, right? I'm gonna put it in the description. Start and continue. That's all we need to do. Start and continue. So guys, that's it for this video. And like I would always share with you guys, Jesus is Lord. He's good. He's our friend. He loves us, and he wants to help you through your journey of turning impossibilities in your life to possibilities. And I believe he is our best cheerleader. Like, he's the one who wants us to succeed so much more than even ourselves. Like, he wants you to succeed. He wants you. He says the plans that he has for you are plans of good and not of evil, to give you an expected end. And I always like to say that expected end is good. Like, it's a good end. It's not some terrible, ill-fated story. No. And he wants to be your friend. He wants to be your companion. He wants to work with you through life. And the best thing you can do is to invite him into your life, invite him into your heart, and say, Lord, come and be Lord over my life. I want to surrender to you. I want to give my all to you. I want you to come and turn this life around. Help me to achieve way beyond my goals. Help me to become the person that I am meant to be. And when you do that, life is going to be so much better, so much easier, so much fun, so much, it's just going to be good all around. Not because you're not facing challenges, but because you're going to be thriving through whatever challenges that come to you, because you have the tools of success, and he gives these tools to you, and he shows you how to use them. And that is what this channel is all about. I'm here to share with you Christian values that will help you to live a godly and prosperous life. Like, being a Christian is not about being broke, it's about living the godly life. God is rich, God is wealthy, and He wants His children to be the same. God is healthy, God is good. He wants us to have everything good. Like, everything good is what He stands for. So invite Jesus into your heart, and you can say this prayer with me, which is, Dear Lord Jesus, I invite you into my life. I invite you into my heart. Come and be Lord over my life. I believe you are God. I want you to be my friend. Come and be my friend. Come and guide me. I don't want to go through life by myself. Come and be with me, and I give myself to you. And once you say that prayer, that's all you need. That's all you need to become a child of God. That's all you need to become a friend of God. That's all you need. And Jesus will come into your heart, and it's real. Like, He is real. He's not a myth. It's real. He's real, and He's more present than even me here. Like, He's real, and He's in your life now. And all you need to do is get the YouVersion Bible. I always talk about the YouVersion app. Download that. There's so many Bible translation there, and read a verse every day, read a chapter every day. They have such an interactive platform there. There is always a today verse every day, with plans, with different ministers sharing God's word with you that they share every day. And that's a really good platform you can connect with and stay connected and build your faith, and find a local church you can attend. There's so many good churches online: Times Square Church, Rema Bible Training Center, the church, Rema Bible Church. There's so many good churches out there. You can also ask a friend to recommend a church. Find a good Christian friend, and you can ask, what church do you think I can attend? And they will give you some suggestions, and that way you can build your Christian life. So stay blessed, guys, and that's it. Let's get the plans and goals for 2025 going on.